Hello friends and welcome to the channel. This is Stormhaven Gaming, I'm John and this is Timberborn. We are picking up on day 17 of this particular cycle. We are 13 days left of the drought. We're doing okay, we've still got plenty of water in stock, we've still got a decent amount of food in stock. We still have some water down here to draw from. We still have a little bit of water in here. I don't think I'm going to bother draining this. I've got one water pump active here. I think that'll be okay. Just keep as much water in there as possible for as long as possible. As I say, we've got plenty of water in storage, so I think we'll be all right. Over here, we are laying in explosives to bring down this section to the level that we want it. Which is just above the level of the water source blocks just here. Once that's done, we'll get rid of these additional trees, and then we'll think about how we're going to divert the water. We will need sluices, which is 400 science. We have 4,000. Planks and metal blocks, yep, we're okay there. We'll need impermeable floors, which are 200 science, and just take metal blocks. And we will also need some form of overhang, which is anything up to sort of 3,000 science. So we should be able to afford it even if we go for that one. I don't think we will. I think we'll probably put in platforms there and then the overhangs on top. So we'll probably only want maybe 4. And that's only 1,000. And then we can put in, I think this is only 3 wide, so it only needs to be sort of 3 wide. So maybe, yeah, maybe 4 long, and then we can have sluices at the end and sluices off the side there. And have them kind of match up in the corner, so hopefully we don't get too much cross-contamination there. Yeah, and then we'll continue to divert the bad water off this way, and then all of that nice, healthy, clean water can come this way. That's the plan there. Obviously, this takes a while. This is going to take a while because at the moment we're putting in loads of explosives, so that doesn't help. So our builders and our builders are basically entirely focusing on this for the moment. But that's okay. We can get that done first, and then get that reservoir finished off. Up in it here in our industrial area, we've got, I think, everything switched on, and we are pushing the 1200 horsepower that these engines produce. And I think at the moment, yeah, the gear workshop isn't doing anything because we are full of gears in terms of storage. So I might as well pause that. It gives us 25 unemployed beavers, which is quite a lot. Certainly getting to the point where we can think about setting up a new district. We need another, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 of those need to go into the water pumps we've got here. So that's okay. It still leaves us with plenty. Don't have a huge amount of bed space available, so we'll get that sorted out. Do I want to go across there? Yeah, I might as well, mightn't I? There we go, and we will stick a barrack in there, and we'll probably want to prioritise these so they get done. There we go. Okay, so yeah, there's not much going on apart from laying in explosives at the moment. So what I'll do is I'll spin on probably for another week, I think. Come back about 7 days, 6 days left, something like that, and we'll see how it's going. I have reduced their working hours, because obviously a lot of them are over here, and we want to give them enough time to, you know, get back and eat, have something to drink, and get some rest, and ideally some entertainment as well. Our well-being at the moment is floating around 18, which isn't terrible, considering how little we've actually got in terms of well-being. I think we've got this exercise plaza, we've got a campfire there, we've got a rooftop terrace over there. No, there we are, rooftop terrace there. We've got a couple of scratchers around. We've got a couple of detailers around. And we've obviously got a couple of swimming pools. So it's not like there's nothing for them to do. It's just there's not a huge amount of variety for them. Apart from that, we're doing all right. So yeah, I will, as I say, spin on for about another week. We'll see how we do. This channel here is going to empty. It's just a matter of when. And obviously this will empty as well. I think we're pretty close to it emptying now. Maybe a tile left. Yeah, about a tile left in there. So actually that's lasted us pretty well. That's not too bad at all. All right. I'll stop yammering on and we'll spin on and see how we do. Day 23 then. We've got 7 days left of the drought. We've slowed down a little bit in terms of getting our explosives laid in, but they are still progressing. We've basically run out of the stocks of explosives we had. So there's, what, 100 odd still to lay in there. So that's going to take a little while to complete. But it does mean that we're making a little bit more progress on the dam over here. Because whilst they can't build there, they're happy to supply and build over here. So we're making a little bit of progress there. Still a long way to go, obviously. Over here, this little reservoir here dried up at the end of the day yesterday, basically. So it lasted us a fair amount of time. This dried up a little after sort of 10 days. Maybe sort of 9.5 days left. Yeah, so we've got 1.8 thousand water to last us the 7 days remaining of the drought. We'll see how we go. What I am going to do, because our population is rapidly climbing, as was intended by putting in all of these breeding pods. But we'll shut a bunch of them down. I think we'll be all right with what we've got, because we will have enough to sort of set up a new district over here. We need, what do we need? 600 for a district crossing, and we'll probably end up putting that down here, I think. Seems, or maybe along here, actually. We don't know. Well, somewhere along this stretch of path anyway, we'll put in the district crossing and have all of this as the new district. Yeah, I think that's probably best. We won't do it yet, obviously. There's nothing over here for them at the moment. We'd need to immediately set up a bunch of water storage and food storage. I mean, to be fair, we could probably actually do that now, couldn't we? Where would we start putting that in then? We can put some more storage on top of there. And we'll just need to come off of this level to gain access to it. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem. We literally just put in a platform there, there, and there. Yeah, we could do that. We could certainly do that. And no, we don't want to do it until we've got this set up. We don't really want to do that. I don't, or do we? Yeah, go on. Go on. We'll set up some water storage. I guess we'll tuck that in there. Obviously, we can move it later should we require it moved. We'll leave it. We won't set it to obtain just yet. We'll wait until the waters return and we're actually pumping new water into the system before we start trying to fill this up. Do we put it on a higher priority? No, it's fine. It's fine. Building lacks materials. Which building lacks materials? The centrifuge. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're out of bad water, which means we're not going to be making any more explosives. Alright, well, we might as well pause the explosives factory as well then. That brings us down to 690, so we can pause one of these engines and save ourselves a little bit of fuel. Yeah, and we've only got 24 extract as well. That's not great. Not great at all. Oh well, never mind. We've shot off a bunch of these breeding pods, so we shouldn't need too much extract. Don't think we're going to have enough though, but never mind. Never mind. Okay. I will spin on then till the end of the drought, unless, you know, all of our beavers start dying. There we are then. The drought is over and the water returns. We have very little water left. That's okay. It'll be fine. We just need to, you know, use some of the many beavers we have spare. Open up these water pumps and start filling our tanks again, which I'm sure will be no problem. Yeah, I did pause all of these fluid dumps just in case, and it was probably a good idea considering how little water we've got left. But I'll switch those back on again now. Okay. Yep, this one has started. Oh, we'll switch the priority off on that one. That will be fine. Yeah. Well, we did all right. Down here, we've made some progress on the dam here. So we're coming around this corner. We're probably getting close to halfway. I think that's probably about halfway there, isn't it? So we're not far off. These are only too high anyway, so they'll blitz through these pretty quickly. We've started to pump bad water again. That's good because we drained this completely. So I think we are going to want to deepen this with dynamite as well at some point. We'll want to have a larger bad water reservoir, I think. I mean, it's fine. We're not using this section for anything else, and I don't envisage using this section for anything else anyway. Okay. Let's wait for the water to return. That's going to take probably until the end of the day. But we should start making dynamite again. We should start filling our tanks. Food-wise, we've done all right. We've got basically our food preparation area is switched on over here completely. Over here I've put in another food factory for the moment to produce corn rations, because we are going through those quite quickly. So we've now got 2 of those producing corn rations, 1 producing eggplant rations. Hopefully that'll keep us topped up. We've got plenty of fermented soybeans. Yeah, we're not doing too bad for food. Obviously that's going to be stressed a little bit when we open up a new district over here, because at least to start with we're not going to have any food ready. Yeah. Okay, I was also thinking about, obviously, tubeways. Now, I don't know how these work yet. I'm assuming that they won't cross district boundaries without having to have a tubeway station at one side of the crossing and another one at the other side. So they have to sort of stop, get off, swap over, cross the district line, and then get back in and carry on. But I think having a look at setting that up is not a bad idea. I just don't know quite how we're going to do it or where we're going to do it. Probably coming off of this side, having a connection over here, and having a two-way station here that comes across here is probably a good idea. I mean, we could sort of set it up. I don't know how it works. I was wondering if we could set it up so it comes out to about here, and then when we put in the district crossing, just split that off. I don't know. I mean, I suppose we could try and figure it out, couldn't we? Let's come across here to start with, shall we? How big is a tubeway station? It's reasonably big. And I don't know if I'll be able to come out of the back there, but let's give ourselves a little bit of space. Okay, they'll build that at some point. Okay, water is coming in here. We are filling up. I'm going to put them back on full hours now so we can get some water in. We'll unpause those. And we'll unpause these in preparation. Okay, right. We don't have a lot of water. Not ideal. Now we'll see how we go. Okay, day 2, and the waters have returned. We are pumping with all our might, trying to get some water into storage. It's happening. It's just a bit slow. Yeah. We'll be all right, probably. I expect. Yeah. Do we need more water pumps? We might need more water pumps. Tell you what, let's get a desperation water pump in here. Like that. And we will stick that on a high priority. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. We are producing everything we need. All of our breeding pods have pretty much stopped at the moment because we don't have the extract. Although we are producing it again, so hopefully that will pick up. I will turn on our explosives factory. Yeah, I will turn on our explosives factory because we want to start producing explosives again. Yeah, that was a little more stressful on our resources than I thought it was going to be. I thought our water production was a little, or our water storage was a little bit more robust than that. Well, it highlights the need for a big old reservoir, doesn't it? Okay, yeah, well, we'll spin on for the moment. We'll wait until the next drought or bad tide. We'll see how that's going to affect us. We'll get this new water pump in, so hopefully that will slightly increase our supplies. Yeah. All right. Well, as I say, we'll see what happens. Everything else is going okay. We still have a decent supply of logs. We still have a decent supply of pretty much everything else. It's just the bad water and the extract that are holding us back at the moment there. Food-wise, yeah, we're absolutely fine. We've got a decent stock of raw food except for cassavas, and a decent supply of cooked food except for fermented cassavas and kohlrabi, because we don't tend to have a lot of that. But that's fine. Okay. Alright, so we've increased our water supplies a reasonable amount, so by about 400 in half a day. As I said, we're working a few more hours, so that should help. Alright, well, I think we'll be alright. I hope we'll be alright. Okay, start of day 4, we've just got the next drought warning. We are up to 1,000 water, so that's not too bad. I just dropped down to 900 water, but 800 water. Yeah, alright. But yeah, that's not too bad. We should be able to get a bit more water in water storage before then. We've got this one down here that is, in theory, pumping. So we are increasing our input of water a little bit. Our extract is still taking forever to build up. We've got a little bit of bad water. We are producing explosives. Yeah. Yeah, this next one, depending on whether it's a drought or a bad tide, that could be problematic. It could be a little brutal for us, but I mean, it is what it is. We'll have to see how we do. I mean, there's not much I can do to improve in the short time that we have. I guess I could get another deep water pump in there and prioritize that. Yeah, and a lot of hungry beavers walking around because they don't have a lot of time to grab food and water after they finish work. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. We should be able to build up a decent supply of water. That shouldn't be beyond the realms of possibility. And we have a decent supply of food. So I guess we'll see. There it is. 18 days. We should be okay. We should be okay, I think. Yeah. I'm going to just drain this one as quickly as possible. We've got 4 water pumps in it. That'll be all right. I'm going to drain this as well. I'm going to get all of this out into storage. Same with this here. We're going to rely on our hydration points to keep things green and pleasant. But this is going to be more important in storage than it is in this little reservoir. Reservoir, in this river. That's the priority here. Okay. We've built our platforms over here. We have yet to build the dynamite. Let's put that on a high priority. So it does that first rather than drags it all out here for this thing. We've made decent progress on our dam wall. Now over halfway, I would say. We're coming around this section here. I probably just could have gone in a straight line, but it is what it is. It's fine. We can always enlarge it later on with explosives and liberal application of additional areas of levee. So that's fine. We can even sort of come up and add levee walls up here if we want to fill this as well and create some more hydration in this area. So we have options with that should we get there, but we've got an 18-day drought to get through first. I thought I turned that engine on. I certainly intended to turn that engine on. There we go. Now everything should be running at full speed. I'm going to turn that centrifuge off. I think we don't have a lot of bad water. No, I'm going to turn the explosives factory off and leave the centrifuge on. Yeah, because we want to turn that into extract because we want to keep our breeding pods running for as long as possible. I think they use like 2 a day. Yeah, 2 extract a day. So that's more than we're going to be able to produce, I think. But we are still going to be able to draw bad water out of here for a few days. So we'll have a supply, but we'll see how much we need to run those breeding pods and whether we can produce enough. Okay. All I can really do then is spin on. We do have one of our explosives in. That's all right. We're not going to get the other one in unless I turn the explosives factory on again, are we? Go on. Go on. We'll get one more so we can at least put in that station, maybe. Because I'd like to put it in there so we can actually get round the back of it, but I don't know if we're going to have enough room there. We'll see. I may need to use a few more explosives to bring this back a bit more. And then maybe a platform or 2 to create enough space to work around here. Okay, this is already dried up. So halfway through the first day of the drought, that's all dried up. So we might as well pause all of these. This isn't going to take long by the looks of it. We've already drained it by maybe a quarter. Okay, we're up to 2,500 water, nearly. I'll spin on. We are about a third of the way through the drought. We've obviously emptied this little river section here. We've emptied this little river section here. We've still got some in here. We've got about a tile and a bit left, I think. Yeah, a tile and a third maybe left in there. So that's not too bad. I've expanded this space up here and I've put in a platform at the back because I don't know how these are supposed to work. So let's find out, shall we? Tubeway station. Let's pop that in there. 700 science. Yep, okay. And enter through the front. Now, it looks like there are exit points all the way around. Probably best we just come out the middle here, isn't it? So, solid tubeway or normal tubeway? I mean, we should probably unlock both. That takes a few more logs, that's it. Alright, we'll stick a solid one on the back. I mean, yeah. Now, what I'm wondering is, can we actually change elevation with these or not? Doesn't look like we can, does it? I assume you just, yeah, you're just clicking and dragging where you want it to go, but you can't change elevation. All right, that's... I mean, it's not ideal. Okay, okay, okay. What are we going to do? Well, this isn't worth it. I don't see that this is now worth doing. If you have to stay on the same elevation, it's not a lot of use, is it? I don't think the tubeway, the whatever they call it, the tubeway is going to be a lot of use to us. That's unfortunate. Well, 6 days left. We've got 1400 water in storage. We've got our tubeway station in, but it's not connected to anything and isn't likely to be. We've just run out of water down here, so I'll switch these pumps off. We might have some dead beavers. Who knows? I'm a little bit, I guess, underwhelmed by the tubeway. I mean, it's, yeah, the fact that you can't change elevations makes it less useful than a path, basically. Don't know. Don't know what to do there. I mean, I'm setting up to put some explosives in there so we can get an overhang on there. I think if we put a 6-span overhang in there, it will come out to about here, I think. When it's end to end with another one. So we'll want the platforms there to support the other overhang. And we can just sort of keep coming down and maybe put it on there with some steps up. I don't know. I'm very much sort of spitballing at this point. We've put it in. We want to try and use it. We want to see the new feature. But, yeah. Like I said, I'm a little bit underwhelmed by its functionality, honestly. But we've made a bit more progress on our dam. And we'll see if we got any beavers left alive at the end of the drought to make use of it. There we go. Made it through the drought with over 150 water in stock. Who was even worried? Yeah. Yeah, that was a bit close for comfort again. But, you know, it's all good. It's all fine. The water's coming back now. We'll probably fill up. Yeah, probably. Anyway. Yes, we made it through. Obviously, we've turned off these fluid dumps. Haven't made much progress with the explosives because we didn't have any bad water. Made a little bit of progress with this dam. We're on the last stretch now. So it shouldn't be too much longer. I did put in another bad water pump over here so that we could up our intake during the wet season at least. And hopefully have enough to keep us going a little bit longer during droughts. Food-wise, we're okay. Yeah, we've run out of canola seeds, surprisingly. So what I'm doing is I am just getting rid of these additional corn plants that aren't being harvested anyway because, you know, we are replete with corn. And I'm going to put in some canola planting along here. So that will up our intake of canola oil. Or canola seeds, which can then be turned into canola oil. Okay, how is the water doing? Slowly. Good. Yeah, I think I'll spin on one more time. We might have a slightly longer episode this time, because I want to get a bit more done. I do want to try doing something with this tubeway. We've got it built, and it's the new feature in this update, so rather than just being negative about it, I will try to use it. But I mean, if as I suspect you can't use it to cross district boundaries, then it really is of limited use, isn't it? You can't change elevation, can't cross boundaries. I mean, apart from maybe setting it up to run from one set of stock storage facilities through to a district crossing, that's the only real use case I can see for it. But as I say, we will try it out. We'll get it set up and see what happens. Okay, we've started getting some bad water in, so I will turn on the centrifuge again. And I will turn on the explosives factory. We've got all of our water pumps on here. So as soon as the water arrives, we should start pumping. Be nice to get some water in again. And we'll, yeah, I guess we'll move through until we can get some of this building work completed. See if we can get a stock of water. That would be nice. But yeah, I'll spin on one more time. Well, probably not one more time. Probably a couple more times. There we go. Day 8 brings with it the drought warning. So we've got 3 more days. So that's pretty good. We've managed to get a decent amount of water in storage. We may well get to fill it up by the time the drought arrives. So that's good. Most of our water storage, or our main water storage, is all full. We have the ones closer to the pumps down here that aren't as full. Bad water, we're building up a bit of a supply, but we're getting through it almost as quickly as we're producing it, basically. We've built up a little bit of a store of extract, but we definitely want more. Yeah, that's where we are over there. Yeah, it's proceeding. Taking its time, but it's proceeding. Dynamite is coming along reasonably well. Just got this sort of last little section to fill in here. Yeah, that long drought messed us up a bit. I think we're back on track. I'm tempted to put in some more water storage. But at this rate, we're not quite filling it. So there is that. Over here, we have our dynamite set in there. So let's do that. There we go. And we have the resources and the science to unlock this. So we'll bring that out that way. Okay, now that comes to there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is there. How tall does it need to be? And that is in line, isn't it? Yes. So there, and perfect. Okay, so we'll start with that. I'll set this up first, and we'll see where it ends up. I think it's going to end up sort of slightly higher than this section, but we can build a platform, put another station on, and then build some steps down. I'm going to put this on a very low priority because, yeah, what's the point in rushing this? Really? There we go. 11 days, and we've had 11 days of run-up, so that shouldn't be a problem. We shouldn't have to worry too much about that. We're completely full down here. We've got this little bit in here and this bit in here, so 3,600 in storage. 11 days shouldn't be a problem for us. Okay. That's fine. I've let our population drop back a little bit because we're not quite ready to set up a new district yet. Obviously, we've got a bunch of unemployed at the moment, but that's because we've got a bunch of water pumps turned off. Yeah, we are still producing. We've got some bad water in there in storage. We'll pump what we can out of there and turn that into both extract and explosives. We've got 50 extract at the moment, which isn't a lot. That's not going to last us a massive amount of time. So we want to keep extract being produced. Yeah, we should be all right. As I say, we've got 137 in stock, and we've got all of that to draw from, which, I mean, it'll last us a couple of days, probably. Okay. Still making progress with this levy arrangement. I have set up point to point for this what they call it. I keep forgetting what it's called. Tubeway. Is it Tubeway? Tubeway. Yeah, there you go. And I think we're just going to have paths along from both sides and build from the middle backwards. So I've just set it on a very low priority. Bits will be done as and when builders become free, which isn't going to be for a while. A little under 6 days left of the drought, so a little over halfway through. We're doing fine, still over 3,000 water in storage. Obviously this section is dried out, still got plenty in here. That's not going to be a problem at all. In terms of food, we're doing okay. Decent amount of eggplant rations, loads of fermented soybeans, decent amount of corn rations. So yeah, that's all still going fine. Resources we're doing great for. Nearly 1,000 logs in stock. Everything else is all right. How's our bad water doing? Yeah, there's not a lot left. Yeah, less than 1 tile left in there, so that'll go pretty quickly. But we've got 200 bad water in stock. We are making explosives. We are making extract. We should be all right. How are we doing? Pretty close to getting these explosives done. Hopefully that will be done by the end of the drought. Yeah, that's still making progress as and when. The first bit of this has been put in. Obviously they had a few minutes spare. I'm probably going to need to put a path out, aren't I? Yeah, too far to be reached. Alright, well, let's just bring a path all the way along. And I suppose we might as well join it up there. Yeah, that'll do. They can reach it now. Okay, so, yeah, as I say, this should be done before the end of the drought. There's only a handful of explosives to put on. Once that's done, I think I'm going to put one on there as well. Might as well set that up now. Because then we'll just be able to put steps down onto this level. Sorry, down onto the levee from this level, and we can build from both sides. And hopefully that will speed up this last little bit. Okay, I'll spin on till either the explosives are done or the water returns. Okay, 3 days left of the drought and the dynamite here is ready to go. So let's get rid of all of this, shall we? And we can get rid of that one as well. There we go. We can get rid of these stairs. And we can pop in. Stairs there, stairs there. And let's get a path across. We can pop these on a priority so they get done quickly. And then they'll start working on this end as well. Okay, that's that. We're making progress with this as well. So, things are moving on. We've lost the water out of here. That's fine. None of the plants that were alive are going to die. That should be alright. Population is building back up again. That's okay. We are virtually out of bad water. We've got none left to pump. So I'm going to turn off our explosives factory for a little while. Just so we get some bad water coming back in again. Obviously we are going to want explosives. Because we are going to want to put in this trench across here. I will pop in a lumberjack flag there. Just to get rid of the last of those dead trees to clear the space for us. Okay, and I'll come back at the end of the drought. Okay, despite some slight problems with my recording software, the drought is over. It's literally just ended. We're right in the morning there. I just missed the announcement. So the water should be returning here shortly. Yep, there we go. That's good. We've still got a little bit of water in here. Not a huge amount, but we still have some. So that's okay. I might as well turn these on in preparation. It will take a little while for the water to get to them, obviously, because it always does. Okay, not much more has gone on with this section. Over here, they're helping. You know, a little bit. They're starting to build this end. It's still going to be slow. Over here, I figure out that's what we're going to need. So the double platform going in with the 6-span overhang on top like that. I mean, I guess for the moment I'll drop a set of steps down onto it so we can build all of that. That can go. It's got no goods in stock. There we are. Yeah, so we'll spin on one more time and try and get this dam finished. Right, there we go. The bad tide's arrived. It's only going to be 8 days. Shouldn't be a problem at all. Yeah, things are going on. I've been thinking since playing on. This episode has taken a long time to record. And I feel like something is robbing me of the fun of playing this game again. And I don't know what it is. The Tubeways annoyed me. Yeah, there was no way of knowing as I was trying to lay it out that you could lay them vertically. There was no indication of that. No indication of how you turned corners, and even when you were trying to lay them out, it wouldn't turn a corner. You have to lay them straight and then have the corner piece put in. Yeah, I know, it's slightly non-intuitive. I think that's the problem with it, at least for me. Yeah, and it's just little things like the beavers being more stupid now than they were before. I mean, they were never smart, but now they will walk right the way past 3 or 4 water tanks to get water from a water source right on the other side of the colony. And that's ridiculous. They should go to the nearest water source because they walk really slowly when they're thirsty. So it's just, yeah. You end up with beavers thirsty all of the time, even though you have plenty of water in storage. Yeah. So, I don't know. Something's bugging me about this update, and it's... I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like I say, it just seems more frustrating and less intuitive than it did before. The behaviour of the beavers seems less smart than it did before. I don't know. Your mileage may well vary. It probably will. But we are making some progress. Over here. The first of our dams is in. Yeah, see? Starving beavers over here. Nothing I can do about it at all. But we'll, I suppose, spin on till the end of the bad tide. Halfway through the bad tide then, about 4 days left to go. Not much has changed. We've got a little bit of extra work done on the dam down here. We're starting to put in the overhangs down here. Yeah, it's very slow. Everything is very, very slow. But they do have a long way to come. So, kind of my fault. I've obviously turned off the water pumps up here because we are out of water in this section. I've turned off the water pumps along here. We've got 3,000 in storage and we're still pumping from down here. So no point in draining that. And as I say, we've only got 4 days left to go. So it won't be a big deal. Everything else seems to be going okay. We're a bit low on canola oil again. I'll switch this oil press back on. Everything else should be alright, really. We've got a bunch of cassavas I could start to ferment. So we'll do that. Otherwise, we're doing okay for food. A little bit low on eggplant rations, but everything else is absolutely fine. Yeah, that's where we are. I'll spin on till the end of the bad tide. There we go. The bad tide is over. The fresh water will return and clean this out. Once it's been going for a couple of minutes, we'll swap over and let the water flow through into here. We did absolutely fine. Still 2.8 thousand water in stock, 1.3 thousand food. Yeah, we're fine. I will switch these back on. Thank you. Okay. We are not finished with our reservoir yet. I've made a slight redesign to the platforms for the tubeway. I can never remember what it's called for the tubeway there. Oops. So I'm going to bring it along there, drop it down here, and then drop it down into the back of this tubeway station here. I'm still not particularly enamoured with the way they work. We'll see. We'll see how they go. I mean, it very much now depends on whether or not you can cross district boundaries with them, which I guess we'll find out. Don't know. We'll have to figure out how that works. But over here we've got our first platform in, overhang rather, and we're working on the next sort of section there. But obviously that's taking a back seat at the moment to finishing off this bloody reservoir. Once we've got this in, obviously we'll need to swap out those stairs for levees. I'll probably need to put in some more steps so we can get down and actually put in what do you call them? The impermeable floors. That's it, along here. Yeah, and then I guess if we're having the sort of 3 sluices there, we'll want 3 sluices there as well. I think that's probably the best bet. So we'll set up the explosives to go in there. We'll bring it back to there. That will be where the sluices go in. Obviously to direct the fresh water that way. And then we'll have another line in there where that set of steps is. Yeah, that's what we're doing there. But this is the priority. Getting this finished is the priority. So I will spin on and I will obviously do my best to edit this down to a manageable length video, because this has gone on for some time. Day 9 brings us another drought. Again, only going to be 11 days. We're going to be fine. That's not going to be an issue at all. No great cliffhanger to the end of this episode, obviously. I'm on the fence about these tubeway stations. We'll see how they go. I mean, setting them up was, or figuring out how to set them up was a hassle. I don't know. We'll see what their usefulness is like as we go along. Over here we are very nearly completed with our reservoir. That just needs 10 more logs, 12 more logs there and 20 more logs there. Obviously we have them in stock, it's just a case of getting them over here. I will shut down these pumps whilst I think about it. Yeah, I'll leave one going. I say again, we've got all of this water down here, so that's fine. Up here we are putting in the last of these overhangs. Once that's done, obviously during the drought will be the perfect time to come in and lay in. Where are we? Impermeable floor, 200 science, we have plenty. And we'll lay that up to there. There we go. And obviously these 3 will be sluices. That's the plan. I'm also going to lay in the rest of the explosives there for the rest of that channel. That'll bring it all out over here. That'll be fine. It's just a matter of waiting. But that'll be next episode. So, as I say, I will try to edit this down to a reasonable length. If not, I'll probably split it into 2 episodes, because it's certainly been long enough. I've certainly been wittering on and waiting for this to be built for long enough. But yeah, we'll end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. Please do give us a like and a subscribe. Please give us any comments down below. Please check out the other videos on my channel. And please join us next time. Until then, I've been John. This has been Timberborn. Please do take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And bye-bye.